Hi guys, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a great night. Hope you guys are off to a good week. For me, the day is started off with a very cold day, very dusty day. I think the Hamatan is setting in here in Abuja, so it gets harder and harder to get up in the morning because it gets pretty cold. But today I want to share something with you guys, and I was writing down a thought note, and I do that very often on my phone with my note app, and I just try to type out thoughts I have. Some I share, some I don't share, but this one I was thinking about it, and I just thought to share it with you guys first. And I think before sharing it, I'll tell you where I want to read a part of the scripture that I was studying this morning to you. And there's a part in Hebrews 11 that struck me, and 11:24 to 26, I think. Yes, 24 to 26. It says, "It was by faith that Moses, when he grew up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to share the oppression of God's people instead of enjoying the fleeting pleasures of sin. He thought it was better to suffer for the sake of Christ than to own the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking ahead to his great reward." Now, when I read this scripture, it informed my thoughts. And I've been having this thought since my birthday. And it's the thought of a lot of people make the mistake, and I don't think it's a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's a misconception that people have that they can be impactful from a place of convenience. And I got to realize that impact and convenience are like oil and water, they don't mix. And people daily try to mix impact and convenience. They are like oil and water, they can never mix, they would always separate, they don't get along. Once you choose to be impactful, convenience goes out the window. And when you choose convenience, then you just be sure that impact goes out the window. I see a lot of people trying to mix it up, trying to get the convenience of a secure life and at the same time try to be self-giving and impactful. Because they both represent two different things that are polar opposites. Convenience looks at taking care of yourself. Impact looks at taking care of others. So convenience thinks, what is best for me? How can I be in a better condition, a better environment? How can I take care of myself? Impact looks at what is best for them, what is best for him, what is best for her, and how can I help her be the best she can be or the best he can be. That's why they don't get along. And when I read the story of Moses here, it struck the chord. It said Moses refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. And he refused to the treasures of Egypt. Remember, Moses grew up in the palace. You understand? He was a prince. He could have easily stayed in that convenient place and have access to a lot of the good things of life. But he chose, no, I want to help these people who are my people, the Israelites. I want to help them. And he gave up all those things. Pharaoh was the richest person in the world at that time. He was the richest. He was like Jeff Bezos. You understand? That's who he was. He was the richest, most powerful person in the world at that time. And Moses was his adopted son. You understand? Or grandson, adopted grandson. So he had a lot of influence, but he decided to give it up. And the Bible says he decided to suffer for the sake of Christ. And what it means is that he decided to live a life of purpose and impact than a life of convenience. And you see, people ask me this question a lot, especially people that are holding on to their work, and they really believe, oh, what I should be doing is this business to serve people. But then they want to hold on to the work that has a convenient, secure salary. And at the same time, they want to do the impactful stuff. And then you know what? It never works out. The life is always a life of imbalance. I never have enough time to do this thing of impact because I'm too busy doing this thing of convenience that makes my life more convenient. And that's the biggest struggle we have. I have that struggle too. You understand? That struggle of I want to live a life of convenience over a life of impact. It's hard in any sphere of life. If you want to be impactful, it's inconveniencing to be impactful. And you guys taught me that on my birthday. You see, on my birthday, I was really overwhelmed, and I can't thank you guys enough for what you did for me on my birthday. It meant a lot. It meant a whole lot, and it taught me a lot. You see, my wife keep asking me, these mentoring people, are they the ones that organized all this thing? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I asked myself why too. And then we stayed up at that night just talking about it, and she said, it's because one way or the other, you're impacting their lives. And she said, because you take time out for them. You know, when she comes to the room and recording a message or sending a voice note or having a Zoom, and she was like, that is what it all amounts to. Because you've impacted the lives of these people. They've sacrificed for you. And it occurred to me that it has been a journey of self-sacrificing and giving up a lot of things. I mean, to be where I am today, it's been a lot of sacrifice. I'll be honest with you, a lot of things I've suffered, especially business-wise. You know, I really believe that my design company could have been better and bigger if I didn't have the distraction in quotes of service. You understand? I spend less time now going out to go and meet clients and stuff like that because I prioritize this service. So it's very inconvenient. It's inconveniencing, to be honest. The other day, my wife walked into the room while I was recording, and she was like, we are meant to be sleeping at this time. You understand? And it was quite late, and I was recording, and it was like past 12 or so, and I realized that it's inconveniencing to be impactful. It's inconveniencing. There's no amount of it. If you want to have an impact on your kids, it has to be inconveniencing. So people want to raise kids that have good morals and good behavior and are not bullies in school, but then you still want to travel every weekend for meetings, and you still want to party and go to clubs on the weekend and sleep in at night, and you want convenience. You understand? But then you don't want to suffer the inconvenience of, you know what, I have work to do, but I'm going to spend 2 hours playing with my kids. I'm going to spend an hour praying with my kid. I'm going to spend an hour talking with my kid, doing their homework with them. It's inconvenient, but that's where the impact comes in. People want to have good relationships, but they don't want to be inconvenienced. You understand? You want to have a good relationship, but don't want to inconvenience. I think about my wife, and before we got married, I went to Canada for almost 2 years, and she was in Nigeria. I had to speak to her every single day on the phone, every single day, because there was no WhatsApp, no WhatsApp, all those things then. You understand? So on the phone every single day. And sometimes I will walk in the snow to go and get a call card to call Nigeria. And that call card will only give me a few minutes, not up to an hour, not up to 30 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes. But I spoke to her every day or every other day. It was mighty inconvenience. But it had huge impact on our relationship, and we are married today for 10 years. You understand? So some people want impact, they want impactful relationship, but they don't want to spend time talking to that person. You want to spend time talking and understanding and asking questions and, doing things that you should be doing. Impact is always inconveniencing. You must know this. You can't hold on to convenience and have impact. Very, very hard. That's what Moses did. Moses gave up the palace and the treasures of Egypt. That's not a small thing. They were the richest country, the most powerful country in the world then. He gave it up so that it could follow purpose. And because of that, he became the greatest leader ever recorded in the Bible. I was reading a book about leadership and they're talking about Moses. A lot of leadership books I read talk about Moses, the greatest leader ever in the Bible. You understand? But that came at the sacrifice of convenience. So I want you guys to think about that today.